All right, it's Tuesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Veronica Danik-Boy. With me, as usual, are my co-hosts. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning.
All things bright and beautiful this morning again. YK, good to see you this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm good.
Good,
and you?
good.
Happy birthday to your daughter.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.
Yes, so it was her birthday, and guess what?
What?
I did not speak to her throughout yesterday.
How did that happen?
No.
She was so busy getting calls. So.
She went out with her husband early in the morning.
Okay.
When I said, can I call? She says, I know she's on a train. That's how throughout the day. So I sent her a text this morning. See, I didn't speak to you throughout. Which kind of daughter are you? So it has now confirmed that you are just the vehicle. The child will go and live his own life.
That's it, right?
They will live their own life. You can be shouting.
So the reality is done in now.
And she's 33. Am I going to be saying you must call me on your birthday? No, I must speak to you on your birthday.
No.
She's living her own life. I've come to terms with it. I will face my grandchildren.
I like the fact that you're coming to terms with it. A lot of parents find it difficult to release their children.
I'm
they just
telling
feel,
you.
no, it must be this way. They still feel that they are in control.
Especially their sons.
Yeah.
When they get married, it's like,
I still have control.
I'm his mother. I'm his mother. Don't come in between us.
You are just the vehicle. Finish that you to transport a human being to this world. That's what you are. A vehicle. So when you look at yourself as transport,
you'll be at peace.
You'll be at peace.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Right?
No.
You don't know how you're going
And
to
she doesn't want to think
I'm
about
not
it.
thinking about
That's
it.
what she's
Your
trying to say.
passengers are still on the bus.
Yes, they should still be on the bus. I'm not going that far yet, please.
Anyway, how you doing?
I'm doing amazing. The weekend was lovely. I had an event, Evolve to Become More, and I was one of the panelists. It was an eye-opening event for women who want to be able to break their limiting beliefs. So, society has told you you cannot be more than who you are, your environment, your family. But people are beginning to understand that they can actually aspire to become great. They can actually do things for themselves and to even help liberate their family. So it was a liberating experience for me because some of the things that myself, I had even forgotten, you served more like a refresher. And I was like, okay, wow, this is where I'm slacking. This is where I have to sit up and all of that. I had fun, yeah.
That's what it does.
Yeah.
Mariam.
Well, for me, it's a little rant I have. So on the express, we have cars that would want to be nice to those who are wrongly crossing the express, and then they'll stop. Meanwhile, cars are coming right behind really fast. So you stop, especially on the corner, and you endanger other drivers on the road.
Oncoming vehicles.
Also the pedestrians that you're trying to help. Because when you stop, when they get to your side, they're able to cross, but then the cars coming behind you are unaware of what you've done, and then you can endanger their lives. But also, I think we need to look for, there are many pedestrian bridges. I noticed Lagosians don't like to use them. I don't know why. I've tried to walk over a few, and I see that they're in good condition. I don't know for some of the areas that I don't live in that area. I don't know if they are so bad that people can't walk over on them. Then there are some express routes that there are no pedestrian bridges at all, and maybe government should look into building bridges over there. But it is really dangerous to everyone involved to just have people crossing the express road and people stopping to give them passage.
Either that or they do traffic lights. Because I was thinking about it today as well when I was, because I stopped and then all the people were coming and there was a pedestrian bridge not too far away, but maybe a bit. This is at Beggar. And but I could have been there for 5 minutes with people crossing and then I had to leave.
I don't understand it myself.
Some of them
Why
don't like
people
to
don't
take
like
the
to take the
pedestrian
pedestrian.
bridge.
Is it security? I don't understand.
Climbing the stairs. So look, in Europe,
Yes,
they have traffic lights.
Right.
So just use it. You have to stop for the pedestrians to cross. When the pedestrians get to the crossing point, they wait till the light turns green. And then everybody crosses. Maybe
so when it turns red for the cars, it turns walk for pedestrians.
But you know how we are with traffic lights?
Yeah.
in this
We
part of
still
it.
don't obey.
We still don't
most of
obey
the time.
traffic lights.
Yeah.
So
I know, but it will help a lot if we had that particular type that says to them when it's time to cross. It will help.
But the fact that we have bridges, shouldn't they use the bridges?
Exactly.
Shouldn't we make people
problem.
use
If we
the
don't use
bridges?
bridges, why would we stop
Exactly.
for traffic lights, right?
When I just left secondary school then, I was doing a job at Corona School, and then I was crossing the road, and the pedestrian bridge was beside me. They said, let me cross the Ikorodu road. They didn't even have all these partitions that they have now.
Anyway,
Oh, we have to go. Oh.
no, wrap up quickly so that...
I stood there for 30 minutes before I could cross. That was the last time I ever tried it. Bridge, I use it.
All right, so we'll go on a break. When we return, it will be time to look through the papers. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
All right, thank you for staying with us. And we'll begin the papers this morning from The Nation. The major headline here says, the police chase away Igboho's men from Benenua court. Judge sends agitator back to custody. And another story here says, judge orders Kanu to remain in DSS custody. Failure to produce him pushes trial till October. Supporters arrested, freed. Then another story here at the top corner, 526 die of cholera in 18 states, 22,130 cases recorded. Then the U.S. report, 305,000 Nigerians are refugees, 2.1 million are IDPs. Buhari in UK on 2-week official medical trip. 2 soldiers, 60 travelers abducted. Who has the major story here?
Okay, so yes, the police chased away Igbo's supporters. So yesterday he was supposed to, Sunday Igboho was supposed to appear before the court, and his supporters were at the premises, and they waited, I think, all day up until 7:30 p.m. before he finally came. They said he had come into the court premises and he was kept in a room with only his wife, and I think his lawyer had access to him, but he was not. He was not before the judge up till 7:30 p.m. And his supporters were outside, they were waiting. They said after a while, a few of them got frustrated and maybe they were acting out. They said there was strong security presence there. Yeah. Eventually asked everyone to leave, but that his case was not heard as of yesterday and he was sent back into custody. I want to also take the Nnamdi Kanu story as well. He was supposed to appear in court too yesterday, but they said the DSS did not produce him.
Logistics reasons.
Yes, they said it could be for logistics reasons, but the judge says she's not. His counsel was asking for him to be moved, and she says no, that she insists that he stays in the location that he is with the DSS, and that she will give them access because they complained that they hadn't been given access. That's his counsel. They haven't been given access to him, but they will give them access. They'll give them controlled visitation. So that's where we are right now. But
the question people are asking with regards to that case, sorry to butt in, is that didn't the DSS know that he was going to appear in court? Why are you saying that there's a logistics challenge when you know?
Now, not only did they not produce him, they now cordoned off the area as if he was going to be produced.
Going to come.
And then you now didn't bring him. Now, this is a democratic government. Should they not produce him? We are in a democracy. This is not a military regime.
Would it matter if they sort of had intelligence that there might have been some issue, like security issue?
To me, it wouldn't matter.
You know,
of course, you would have prepared ahead. When the president is going anywhere, you prepare because of any unforeseen circumstances. That is what it is with this case. You know, he's a person of interest, so you prepare. That's
and I think they need to be very careful because this is a very sensitive case. The
world's watching. Everybody's watching.
Exactly. And they have not adjourned the case till October 21.
Wow. Yeah, but the court will be
the court is saying that if there are any developments, because they are on holiday as it is, if there are any developments within this period, they can bring the case. Yes. So who has any other story
reports?
Here?
An American State Department report has put the number of Nigerian refugees in other countries at approximately, they said, 305,000. And we have over 2.1 million internally displaced persons in camps across the country.
Million people.
Exactly. Wow. So now the report is alleging that they are illicit, they call them illicit recruiters who happen to be family members, workers around the environment, community members who take these women out. They target women who are ready to travel, to go work. Everybody's looking for greener pastures, so they want to travel outside the country to work, and then they target them and they traffic them when they get there. So they said that there are some states that are very prominent when it comes to that. Abia, Delta, Ebonyi, Edo, Imo, and Kogi states are majorly the ones that do the trafficking. And they said in a hotel in different hotels in Spain, about 80% of the prostitutes there are Nigerians. So this is a very serious matter that we need to look into. Now, one of the things that they mentioned is the fact that the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking on Persons and other law enforcement agencies are not working together to curb this. So because some of their functions overlap, they're having issues. I think last week, it was also in the papers that security agencies are not working together, and that's why we cannot solve the problem of insecurity. I think we need to spell out what an agency is supposed to do, and where there's an overlap, we make it very plain so that you know what you...
Makes it easy for
it easy for people to understand where the boundaries are. Exactly.
When necessary. It actually is very important. Who has the cholera story here?
Yes, I have the cholera story.
Okay.
I want to quickly get it. So it's saying that 526 persons died of cholera in 18 states and the Federal Capital Territory. And the NCDC said 22,130 suspected cases of cholera has been recorded as of July 2022. So they had a brief meeting and they were advising that a lot of people need to start taking charge of what they eat, ensure that they clean up their environment, just giving guidelines on how they can avoid this cholera, basically.
All right, we'll quickly move to the Punch newspaper now. The major headline here being PDP governors, APC clash, forum carpets, federal government over killings, massive rigging plots. And there are picture stories here of Cholera and supporters of Nnamdi Kanu in court. And then we also have this story saying sleeping Lagos painter stabbed to death in friend's house. That's sad. And then bandits recaptures fleeing students, collects 130,000 naira, phone, SIM card. Woman cries out as girl 12 goes missing, hawking groundnut in Ondo. What other story do we have here? Federal government shifts dates of vaccine arrival. Delta variants jump to 10. Buhari's clampdown on freedom fighters' borders on ethnic cleansing. Afeni Ferry. Who has what story here?
The young girl that was kidnapped,
yes.
the 12-year-old, she was hawking groundnuts. The Okada guys stopped to say, look, I want to buy groundnuts, but it is in another county. So let's go there. But send a message home to your mom to say, we need more. So she sent somebody to her mom, and that's how she disappeared. And they haven't seen her since. So the mother has alerted Amotekun. They've now found the tray with the nuts. But the thing that surprised me is the police say they haven't heard anything. Nobody has told them anything. That's the spokesperson for the police. So they cannot... but it happened 12 days ago, and we're just getting to hear about it. I just hope for...
Just pray for
and
her.
then the other one, he went to stay in his friend's house.
Okay, the painter.
The painter.
He went to stay in his friend's house, spend the night. He went to visit his friend, decided to spend the night. The friend woke up in the morning to go to a wedding in Ilorin, and he continued to sleep when the brother came and stabbed him in the head, stomach,
everywhere.
Everywhere. He called his mom.
That's wicked.
I'm dying. This is what has happened. The mother alerted some people. By the time they got there, they found him in a pool of blood. He wasn't dead. They took him to the hospital. They stitched him up, but they said something happened. He started foaming at the mouth.
They actually carried out a surgery, and he did not recover well.
He has lost so much blood, actually.
So while the mom was quickly giving her story, she said that they were friends, childhood friends. They've been friends for over 23 years, and they used to attend the same church, but they stopped attending that church, and then he had advised his son not to visit this guy anymore for whatever reason, but just kept going.
Sad.
Well, ASU is saying that all their talk about IPPIS, they are justified because, first of all, they're getting all sorts of different types of salaries. That can we imagine some professors getting as low as 80,000 naira, senior lecturers getting 25,000 naira, that's in June. Some lecturers were getting double salaries, some were not paid.
So it's not resolving the issues they're talking about at the end of the day.
Remember their earned academic allowance for 2009, they're still being owed. So just everything is not working. So that's what they're saying.
All right.
So maybe IPPS is not for them.
All right. Let's quickly go on a break. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Mom, we've got you now and always with the low cholesterol goodness your heart needs to keep the rhythm of your family going. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Thank goodness. Now that Grandma is here, I can take my leave. My flight is in 2 hours, honey. You know how the traffic is.
But, honey, you still need to drop me off at the hospital.
Oh, not to worry, honey. That has been settled. I booked an appointment already using the Clearline HMO app on my phone.
You know we already have a plan with them.
Wow, interesting.
Clearline HMO provides you with flexible healthcare service right when you need it. You can pre-schedule and book specialist services at your convenience.
Hello, Mama. Is everything fine?
My son, our baby is here.
With Clearline HMO, you've got a health partner with a cutting-edge solution whenever and wherever. Get your health managed by subscribing to any of our healthcare plans available to individuals and corporate organizations. For more information, log on to www.clearlinehmo.net. Clearline HMO, the health insurance people.
Need to recharge your airtime or data? Try the Ding app. Ding is the world's leading online recharge service with the highest rating on Trustpilot, top-level security, and 24-hour customer support. Top up your own phone, someone else's, or receive recharge from anyone, anywhere in the world instantly. Right now, get 25% off recharge for any network in Nigeria. Simply use the code TRYDING25 at the checkout. Terms and conditions apply. Download the Ding app or go to ding.com.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Looking fresh for your dates? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh, yeah, take me close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Looking for some drama?
Yes.
All right, thank you for staying with us. We're still looking through the papers, and we're moving to the Guardian newspaper now. The major headline, Kanu's absence forces 3 months delay, court details on Igboho's fate. WHO raises fresh safety concerns about Janssen, AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines. President signs 2021 982 billion naira supplementary budget. Buhari travels to UK for education summit medical checkup. Poor leadership fueling cessation, says method is pre-lit. PDP governors insist on electronic transmission of election results, reject direct primary. YK.
So, the WHO has raised fresh concerns about the Janssen and AstraZeneca vaccines. In a statement by its Global Advisory Committee, it said on reports of Guillain-Barré syndrome, GBS, following adenovirus vector COVID-19 vaccines. Warned that vaccination with Janssen and AstraZeneca jabs could cause rare immune system disorder that results in muscle weakness, pain, numbness, and paralysis.
I don't know
Why you're reading it so gleefully?
I don't know. Okay, she obviously didn't take the vaccination.
Yeah, because there's excitement. Why are you smiling?
I'm just telling you that these are the... So, I mean, for those of us that took the vaccine, we should be...
Right.
We should not be watching ourselves for those... And they said it's a risk of people over 50.
Okay.
Mostly will suffer from these
side effects.
Side effects.
All right.
Yeah, and it's not everybody. It's not everybody. Some of you who are younger, you know, but people over 50 should just be watching out, Sha.
Anyway, let's move on now to the Nigerian Tribune. And the major headline here says, supporters, Oba's throng Cotonou Court as Igboho's trial holds behind closed doors. Gani Adams rallies Benin Monarchs, Afenifere Lords Olubadan Oni. Hoodlums kill one, injure others in attack on Ibadan Mall. Tension in Anambra commercial activities grounded in Abuja over Nnamdi Kanu's trial. 2 killed as bandits abduct 2 soldiers, traditional ruler, doctor's wife, over 60 passengers in Borno, Kaduna, Sokoto, Benue. And we have this picture here where Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun inaugurated the newly inaugurated the 20 local government chairmen in the state after their swearing in. That's what the picture is about. But we realized that there are just 2 women. In that out of the 20, just 2 women. And we have been pushing for this 35% affirmation over the years now. Only 2 made it. And oftentimes it is on the backs of these women. These men ride on to get this position. But then I'm not trying to set up any war of the sexes now, but this is what we are talking about when it comes to holding positions in government. Just 2 women out of 20.
Could it be that the women were not interested in the first place?
You think so?
There's so many factors.
There are so many
There are
factors.
so many factors. But women are not interested, I don't think so.
So they don't push that far.
They don't push that far.
You know,
But
we have
anyway,
families.
let's get to the stories now.
Yeah, let me take the hoodlums in the Palms Mall. So the Palms Mall, on Sunday at the Palms Mall in Ibadan, the suspected rival cultists got into a fight. They said it started in a club at about 8:30 p.m. And then they found themselves at the entrance of the club, and then one of them was shot. And because of that, of course, there was stampede. People running helter-skelter, trying to get away. Luckily, security operatives arrived quite quickly and prevented the hoodlums who were now trying to break through the glass doors so that they can just go on a looting spree. So it's been contained, but that was what happened at that mall on Sunday. That is so scary. That, you know, we all go to the malls now, and we just walk around with our children and
do whatever it is.
And then this happens.
And this happens. Who has
I
the
have,
story?
The 60 travelers that were abducted by bandits. This happened in Sokoto, Gusau. I hope I got that correct. And he said Sokoto Mass Transit. So they said the bandits, you know, appeared with their ammunitions, and then they took over the vehicle, abducted about 60 passengers. They said it was only the driver and 1 passenger that was able to escape. Also, in another village, a local chief was also kidnapped.
He's 80 years.
80 years old. There were pockets of kidnap. And there was also another village. They said they had Wonogoronyo Road. At about 5 p.m. that day, they had gone there, you know, stopped everybody from moving and killed 2 persons. So there have been incidents of violence and kidnapping in that area. And until now, the police is still saying that they are still investigating. They are still asking questions to find out what exactly happened. I think they should do more than just the investigation.
And because I took that story in another newspaper, and it says the terrorists came out at 3 p.m. and they shot sporadically. Now, one motorist who escaped said all of them, you know, they waited, and then when the bandits left, they quickly ran away, thinking that they were coming back for them. But the road transport people have said they're going to stop.
Yes. They'll go on strike.
Flying down, they're going to go on strike.
Right.
Their lives are
at risk. Their lives
safe.
are at risk. I mean, 60 passengers on that route.
Why are there no security agents on that road?
There were 3 buses.
It happens on that road all the time. You know?
Those are the areas that a lot of persons like you have pointed expect that government will place security agencies to ensure the safety of lives and all of it. Anyway, to the Daily Trust now. Kanu to remain in DSS custody as Igboho's fate hangs. IPOB leader absent as court adjourns to October 21st. Then PDP governors ask National Assembly to entrench e-transmission of election results. 3 more students escaped from bandits dead in Kaduna, 4 actually. Police probe Kanu anti-graft boss as Assembly recommends sack. Pension assets now 12.66 trillion naira. PenCom. Who has what story here?
I have the 3 more students escaped bandits then in Kaduna.
They're actually 4. Because I spoke with our correspondent.
Okay, good. So, but the Daily Trust reports 3, and I also said 2 others. So it's saying that, remember the Bethel Baptist students? We know a few of them were released recently. So these 3 teenagers, they said they escaped from the camp and roamed through the forest for 5 days. They met a, thankfully, good herder who showed them the way out. And that was how one of them was able to call his father. And they were rescued. And then he also reported here that also 2 other students had escaped from the camps before they were recovered by the police. So we thank God for these ones.
Yeah. The account I had said 4 escaped, but 1 was caught. And then the kidnappers that caught that particular one demanded another 130,000 naira before they released him. They asked for a phone and a SIM card and recharge cards before he was released. Yeah, so I wanted to take the story of the
quickly because of time.
PDP governors. So they had a meeting in Bauchi. Did I get the pronunciation?
Yeah, Bauchi.
I tried. And one of the things that they talked about is the fact that the electronic transmission of results must be entrenched. They said the INEC has the capabilities, the network coverage that we have, national network coverage has the capabilities to ensure that we carry out electronic transmission of results, and we should not take ourselves back in age because of that. They also complained the fact that the APC governors or APC is using underhand tactics to hand twist their members to join the APC, and they are not going to have it. Whatever that meant, it was not explained. But they are saying that we can't keep rejecting technology. Even different organizations are adopting technology. We are growing into technology. JAMB is using technology for their results. So why can't we use it for a free and fair election? We will keep coming back to it if we don't use it. So they're standing with, entrenching electronic transmission
I was
results.
in 2 minds about this electronic. But after I saw the videos that went viral in the last election of people stamping
multiple.
There were thugs at the polling booth. There was one lady that did a video.
Yeah.
And she said, look, she'd been there from 7. This was 3 p.m. She had not been able to cast her vote.
Wow.
And the thugs were structured. Now, please, if there's electronic transfer, there will be no need for thugs again.
Yeah. It would save us a lot of money.
It will save
the country a lot of money.
It will save us a lot of money because that's what a lot of persons are saying. But,
the powers that be.
I don't know.
Ready.
You said
the powers that be.
Ready. And the government now, they are not ready.
I know, it just means that I hate to cast aspersions on anybody, but that they are, because they have their own
vested interest
agenda, They have their own way that they want to conduct the elections.
So obvious. As my daughter would say, it's obvious.
Anyway, we'll leave it here now. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll speak with persons from Alpha Meat Group. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
I'll pay rent tomorrow. It's a dream. So you see this peace of mind that I have. It's because I just finished building my house. Roller property. Roller property. They are the one that run it. Even though they are running a promo now, if you go and buy land from them outright, they will give you 20% discount. Even if you don't want to pay outright, you can still pay instrumental. You pay instrumental for 24 months. Meanwhile, after all of this goody that they have given you,
You know when they will still give you RAM when you deposit. They will give you electronic. They will give you food stuff. I'm even saying too much. I'm saying too much. Go to Roller Property by yourself. Go and find out.
Akpa, what's your job?
I help people grow all kinds of things. I help people keep and grow their money, so later they come back when it's bigger for themselves.
Akpa, you're a magician!
Just like a pilot, I help people move from where they are to where they want to be.
Thank you, Akpa.
ARN, invested in your tomorrow.
Children are gifts and a source of joy. When they are happy, we're happy too. But when they are down with sickness such as malaria, we become sad and worried. Not to worry, Camosunate Anti-Malarial for Children has always been there for years. Camosunate also comes in tablets for adults. Bounce back from malaria with Camosunate. Confirm if Camosunate is original by texting to. Read the leaflet inside. If symptoms persist after 3 days, please consult your doctor. Camosunate, effective anti-malaria for all ages. Marketed by Genith Pharmaceuticals Limited.
Looking fresh for your dates? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh, yeah, take it close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
She also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps.
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
With my pregnancy, I started looking for the best of everything for my baby. When I met Molfix Newborn, I said this is the diaper I'm looking for. The formula of happiness for me is Molfix Newborn. There are no harmful substances in Molfix. I feel very comfortable while my baby sleeps peacefully. With its special umbilical cord and soft upper surface. Come on, mothers, try Molfix Newborn and join our happiness movement.
Looking for some drama?
Yes.
Sit back and catch up with the slaps. Yeah, lots of slap. The drama is endless on TVC.
All right, thanks for joining us. We told you earlier that we'll be speaking with persons from Alpha Mead Group, and we have joining us the Managing Director, Alpha Mead Healthcare Services, Alpha Mead Group, Kunle Umidiora. I hope I got it correctly.
Yes. Thank you
Good
very
morning.
much.
Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you for
Now,
having me here.
Let's help us understand Alpha Mead Healthcare Management Systems. Give us more enlightenment about it.
So, Alpha Mead as a group, it's a real estate solution company.
Right.
And real estate cut across every sector, from healthcare to from healthcare to aviation to management of services to building structures for people, hospitality, and all those stuff. So for Alpha Mead Healthcare, we have come to fill in the gaps that we have identified in the healthcare space. Gaps about infrastructure, gaps about qualified personnel, gaps about availability of services to people. So that's what we do at Harfamid Healthcare. We manage healthcare as a business. We manage healthcare so that people can have access to quality care. That is compared to anyone that you get in any other part of the world.
Very important.
So also, you've just recently launched your modular health care facility. What is modular? We've heard modular refinery, but what's modular health care?
So let me take it from this angle. The problem of healthcare services in this country, we can actually summarize it into three areas, which are called triple challenge in healthcare. We have problem of availability of healthcare services, infrastructure, and people. We have problem of accessibility because they are not available, they are not accessible. And because they are not accessible, then they become unaffordable. So we have problem of availability, accessibility, and affordability. Now, how do we bridge that gap? To make healthcare services, infrastructure, buildings, and equipment, and people more available to people, we need to bring those healthcare services closer to the doorstep of the people. We have people who live in the hinterland who have to travel kilometers to get to where they will get healthcare services.
That's always been the challenge.
So that's why we come up with this idea of modular healthcare facility. Modular in the sense that we have these prefabricated porta cabins that can house healthcare equipment that is they've been designed to replicate standard buildings. You can house healthcare equipment. You can house healthcare professionals, and they are actually transportable from one place to another without having to remove anything from inside the porta cabin. And we can take this closer to the people. Anywhere you have a road, you can actually transport a healthcare facility and locate one there. Inside these estates that we have, we can actually bring one to you instead of building bricks and mortar.
Yeah, so but how does that solve the problem of a shortage of personnel? Because you still need personnel to run the modular.
Yes. The equipment that we have provided in those facilities also includes what we call telehealth infrastructure, telemedicine. You have, so in the hinterland, because we have problem of infrastructure, there is no lights, there's no water, professionals don't want to go into those places to go and work. So we have now provided the telehealth infrastructure inside this modular porta cabin that healthcare professionals who are in the city centers, in Lagos, in Ibadan, in Ife, can immediately come on the screen and attend to virtually. They can attend to people. Inside the modular healthcare facilities, we have equipment to do your blood works. All laboratory investigations can be done. We can do ultrasound scan. With technology, we have something that is called tele-ultrasound. You also have a radiologist join you remotely and carry out those investigations. The result of those tests that have been done, X-ray, laboratory investigations, can be uploaded into a secure cloud platform where that doctor who is now going to attend to the patient will have access to all those results. So they already saw your results and they're asking you questions, try to match it with the result of those investigations and then provide a solution. So if you need further assistance, that can be provided. Let me also add that what we have also packaged with it is what we are called electronic pharmacy. So we have agreement with some companies who run chain of pharmacies. So when you are registered, we get the address of where you are located.
Right.
When that doctor has completed the consult with you and need to raise a prescription, it's actually sent to the location that is nearest to where you live, where you can pick it up or they have it delivered to you.
Okay.
How do you intend to drive this, get stakeholders to adopt this?
So We are working with all the stakeholders in all sectors. First of all, this facility was unveiled on 23rd of June, and we are grateful to have the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria commissioning the facility. He was actually represented by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goal, Mrs. Adejoke Orelope Adefolore. We are also partnering with Lagos State government. In fact, this is an opportunity for me to actually appreciate profusely the Honorable Commissioner for Health and the management of the Bagada General Hospital, who actually gave us a platform to let people see what we have. So what am I trying to say? We are partnering with people across all sectors, governments, the private sectors, SMEs, because it can be used in not only to provide healthcare to people now, for people who want to start their home business. You can actually start this sort of business, healthcare business, diagnostic business, within 30 days. Wow. Within 30 days, because the facilities will be set up in a factory so that standards are not compromised. So we just lift one, put it at the back of a flatbed, and drive it to your location. All you need is a platform where you put it, and then, yes, of course, you will have to do sort of business development, marketing to have people that will come to your facility.
As laudable as this is, there are two questions in one that I would love to ask because of limited time. And that is maintenance, because we've seen laudable initiatives like this, but then maintenance is a challenge. And then the impact on the environment. How are we going to ensure that it is not hazardous to the people? These two questions.
Thank you very much. Very good question. But you actually spoke to our bread and butter as a company. Afami Group started out as a facility management company. That's what we do.
Right.
So we have assembled teams of engineers and technicians who are able to manage all the equipment that we have. Not only the equipment, even the facility itself, to maintain it and making sure that it is always deliver the promises that we have given to people. So our facility management arm of the business, they are ready. We have teams of biomedical engineers who we are also partnering with other biomedical engineering companies who have signed on to working with us to make sure that there is no problem of maintaining equipment breakdown and this thing. Now, another thing that we have done is that, yes, we understand the way medical wastes are managed because it's a medical, it's a different way. There are different ways of managing medical waste. There are things that we call waste segregation. You have this color code and things like that. But we have also now put as part of this facility what we call a biodigester system.
All right.
The biodigester system, we take all the waste and convert it to energy to actually continue to power. So it's not going to have any form of environment.
And that's a fine place to leave the conversation. Then we have to go now. We have to leave it at this point because we need to take a commercial break. But we must thank you, Managing Director, Alphamid Healthcare Services, Alphamid Group, Kunle Umidiora, for your time. I'm sure a lot of people are interested and will go search for more information on this. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right, we'll take a break. When we return, our conversation continues here. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Taste is key and that's how we communicate. Best nourishment in every school. Mama, tasty mama, share the love we all together. I love my mama, tasty, nourishing, scoop it.
Mama, best scoop of tasty nourishment.
Trust the Centrofresh Liquid Field Gum to refresh your confidence instantly. Centrofresh Liquid Field Gum. Trust the freshness.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely. Keeping you protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh, yeah, take it close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Someday when I grow up, I would like to be a great innovator, or a singer, or a doctor, or even a president.
I believe my son can achieve anything. That's why I support his dreams with Twisco. It's a delicious mix of cocoa, malt, and milk. Twisco is fortified with Enfort, a special blend of vitamins and minerals that provides the nourishing support to get ahead.
Twisco, power your dream.
Do you know how stressful it is if you're this 3 kids? Are you still there? If you're not getting me fresh meat, do you understand?
Okay, I'm at the
Can you
meet.
switch to video call, please? Okay, give me that one. The one by your side.
Okay, please.
Where do I buy all these things now?
Hey, go get Glow Berekete and call madam.
Berekete. The heavyweight voice and data plan. Get 600 naira free credit plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans.
A peak protein breakfast gets you up to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes through his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, learning new things becomes absolute fun. That's because all day and every day, the peak goes on.
Start your day with a peak protein breakfast. Peak. Reach for your peak.
Thank you for staying with us. Now, we want to talk about something that is quite disturbing. It has generated a lot of reaction. And, excuse me, that has to do with the video that went viral yesterday of a 9-year-old girl who a CCTV camera caught setting a popular supermarket in Lagos on fire. And that has generated a lot of reactions from a lot of persons, including parents. Some have called her all sorts of names. Some people say she's a witch. Others say that she must have been sent. Others say that perhaps it is bad parenting. I wonder what you think it is from your perspective. But then let's ask the ladies. For me, it is premeditated. For a 9-year-old, that's a lot. How do you walk straight? If you watch that video, she didn't stop anywhere else.
No.
She went straight for the location of the gas and the gas cooker, picked up the lighter, was looking if anyone was coming. And she set, she lit the fire, left, and was checking if the gas was burning, if the fire was burning, and she came back again to watch.
Wow.
And you tell me this is really, nobody sent her, and that it's just a 9-year-old, and perhaps this action is coming from a movie she watched? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yeah. And some other persons have said bad parenting. What do you mean by bad parenting? I mean, Bisi, help me understand.
As a parent, anything your child does, you are going to be held responsible. That's the cross that we bear as parents. Whether you have taught them or not, whatever they do outside, people would call you. And that's why it's important that you try as much as possible to teach them right. Even those ones that decide to go the other way at the end of the day, you know that you have done your best. But in this situation, I see two things. The first is, it could be that it was planned. It could be that someone set her up to do it. Someone asked her to do it. It could be. So we don't know the full story until the investigations really open our minds to what really happened. We may never know the true story. It's between her, God, and the camera. Unfortunately, the CCTV camera cannot see the intentions. But for me, it could be that someone made her do it. Someone had probably a grouse with the owner of the supermarket and then used somebody to do it. It could be. On the other hand, it could be that that girl is just mentally not okay.
Really?
Yes, because, okay, you know, in this, in this part of the world, we don't pay attention to our children's mental health. We feel, as a child, you are not supposed to have a feeling.
Do you know why I'm saying that you should calm down? Someone who has mental challenges would not calculate her steps the way she did.
You don't
Did you see what she did? She was looking back.
I saw it. The thing is, if she has a mental problem, okay, for instance, they are normal. Let's take a scenario where we have normal children. Everybody watches the same cartoons. Everybody watches the same movies. You have never carried a gun to shoot your father, even when, as a child, you watched people shoot in the movies. But somebody else who has a mental disorder will think that that is the normal, and if they can do it on TV and get away with it, I can. But because we don't pay attention to the mental issues, mental health of our children, we ignore all of this. We feel, hey, a child does not have feelings. A child cannot. That girl needs to be evaluated. That if you take away the fact that she was not sent, it was just probably a movie that she watched, and it's actually true, that child has a mental health issue.
And you went and came back and you were looking if the fire
manifests in different ways. Let Miriam go.
Miriam, go first, because I want to take it from another angle. Maybe
all right, Miriam.
Okay. Take it from that angle.
Okay, my angle is also that to determine if it was premeditated, if someone sent her, we'll leave that to the police to investigate, but I don't think that is. I think it was a 9-year-old with probably some, with excesses. She has some excesses. So I remember when we were little kids in primary school, we used to have a cat, and then she had kittens. And we had this neighbor, their children were about our age, and the son. So this is a family that, you know, the same upbringing and things like that. We even went to the same schools. He came into our house, and then before we realized it, he would pick up a kitten and squeeze the kitten until it died. Picked up, it was when my mom noticed he had done to the third one. And he was happy about it. It was normal to him. My mom, being in the medical field, said to me, and I remember then saying, no, she was just talking, she was telling people about it, and she was like, that boy needs to be checked. He's not normal. A child does not see something that adorable and cute and wants to kill it. It has to do with something mental. And for me, I think that we do not pay enough attention on our mental health generally. I see her being mischievous. You know how children would see it's flammable, do not put lights close to this, and she's thinking, if I put lights close to this, what would happen? She's old enough to understand that she may get in trouble because she's 9. So she understands that there's some consequences, but she does not understand the gravity of what she was doing. And you know, unfortunately for the parent, I'm just thinking, imagine, over billion naira worth business. Where are we going to start? I say, if you shake, my grandmother used to say something that if you shake me upside down,
throw me up and down.
Yes, nothing will. So where do we go from here?
3 billion in this economy?
Where do they go from here?
Lot.
That brings me to, I was watching the interview of the police and the little girl, and everyone suspects mental health issues. I too, because she's 9. If she was not sent, there's something
wrong.
Yeah. That is, if she wasn't sent to. The way the police interviewed her.
Like
come on, shut up there! You stop the man. She's 9.
She's a minor.
She's a child.
And we can't arrest her. What?
We can't dictate her. It's not for the law. We can't dictate her.
You are not supposed to interview a 9-year-old like that. If you are sensible policeman, what you will do, you will coerce her.
You persuade.
If she was sent, she will tell you. If it is her mental, you will get experts to interview her, not you.
Not you.
You are not
Screaming
trained to
down at her.
interview a 9-year-old. That's not where your training lies. Your training is for criminals and armed robbers and headsmen. What they call those
Bandits
people?
and terrorists.
Bandits, terrorists. They will meet terrorists. They will not interview terrorists like that. And you're not a defenseless 9-year-old child. What she did was wrong. We have all accepted that. If she wasn't sent, then there's no way if she wasn't sent that she's normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, first of all, you need to coerce her, find out, did somebody put you up to it? Is the man, the owner of the market, has he offended somebody that they now sent this? Because I watched the video. She went there, she ran, she skipped.
Yeah,
she skipped there, exactly.
She skipped.
Past
today
every
is
other
today.
thing. Past every
We're going
other
to try
thing
this
and
flammable
skipped.
product.
Yes, we are going to see what is going to happen.
Perhaps
Then when
she
she
was
did
playing
it,
with things like that.
when she did it, she skipped away.
Yes.
She skipped happy. Then she skipped back to check. Has it caught fire? And then skipped away again.
But there was a video showing her outside with some adults.
Her mom.
With her mom and her sister.
mom and
I think.
yes.
Yes. And I would like to know what conversations were ongoing. So she could have told them what happened.
Or not.
Or not.
Well, we have children. They will do something so bad. I
And
mean,
they
it's the
won't say
smell of the
anything.
thing that maybe they will put food under the bed. It's the smell of the food that, and then you now start fighting with the siblings. Who put it there? It's not me. And then you turn investigator in your house. So probably, you know, everyone ran out because, of course, that place caught fire. So I can imagine, because the mother actually did look, she looked clueless, like, what's happening? And then she now grabbed her children, let's go, not realizing that she was carrying the perpetrator with her. Oh, Lord.
Wow.
I wonder how she's feeling now, because it's a lot. Parents need to understand and pay attention to their children. That's the lesson here for me now, because...
So some people have talked about children who love attention, and that they will do anything to
get
gain
attention. Are
yes.
you serious?
So we have
This
children
far?
like that. Yes, yes, because they're not mentally, they're not that they're not grown, they're not mature, so they don't really understand some deep consequences or gravity of some of the actions that they take. And for them is that they have gotten your attention. So you have children, we have your children who are constantly in need of your attention. It's important that we give them some attention, teach them that sometimes you get it and sometimes, and we need to talk. So I was thinking that when this video came out, is this something I can show my children? I don't want it to be like I'm encouraging them, that look at ideas that look at what a 9-year-old could do. But is it something you can show your children to teach them?
Let's see what the investigation will come up with. We are all assuming, but parents need to pay attention to their children.
They need to pay attention and...
All right.
Okay, you need to go.
I need to go. Let's take this break. When we come back, we'll talk more. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Your heart could be complaining about getting weaker by the day.
This short piece of bread can be your heart warning you. Unbranded cooking oils may contain high levels of trans fat and cholesterol, which clog your arteries, making it difficult for your heart to pump blood. Use Power Oil. It is free of cholesterol and trans fat. Power Oil for a healthy family.
Power oil, hey, power oil.
See, nurse, she's saying she feels unwell, despite my efforts to practice good hygiene.
Mom says wash your hands to keep the germs away.
Washing hands is good, but surfaces can also have germs, and you shouldn't use just anything for cleaning them. Use Jik. Jik's formula has been scientifically proven to stay active for longer, giving you whitening and germ kill protection on a variety of surfaces. Disinfect to protect, just Jik it. Endorsed by National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust. Try Panadol Caplets. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet absorbs quickly and starts providing fast and effective pain relief you can trust. Try Panadol Caplets.
After purchasing Adron's land, this is the gift we got, the Ileya gift. I purchased the land and here's the gift items as regards the Ileya promo. For giving me 3 rams. I actually collected one last week. And these are the remaining ones. Fulfilled the promises. I made the purchase and they gave me what they promised I was going to get for it.
They are very real and reliable. You can trust them any day, anytime.
Adron Homes, making the incredible affordable.
Why do we do it? Hide, cover up, tone down? Choose boldness. Celebrate the skin you're in and dress with confidence with Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Body Lotion. The triple layered care of deep moisture serum, precious cocoa butter, and vitamin E enriches your skin for 48 hours. It's time to show off your best skin. Wear your skin with pride every time with Nivea Nourishing Cocoa Body Lotion.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close.
Oh, yeah, take me close.
New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Helen Paul! Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains remover. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergent and bleach.
Wow!
Looking for some drama?
Yes.
Sit back and catch up with the slaps. Yeah, lots of slap.
Hey!
The drama is endless on TVC.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, in preparation to 2021 budget proposal, the Ministry of Economic Planning and Budget will be having a consultative forum scheduled to start from the 28th of July through 29th, 30th, and then the 3rd and 4th of August 2021. Now, this forum, which gives an opportunity for citizens, residents of Lagos State to let the government have their inputs and recommendations into the budget preparation against next year, as well as create an avenue to report the projects and programs executed based on outcome of the last consultative forum. Joining us on the show now to discuss further is the Honorable Commissioner for Economic Planning and Budget, Lagos State, Samuel Egube. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Good morning, Veronica.
Right. Now, let's understand the rationale behind this consultative forum for the budget.
Okay, I think we just need to have the perspective that governance, first and foremost, belongs to the people. And therefore, at periodic moments, those who are in government must give an account, and it's the basic system of accountability. The second thing is that in addition to giving an account for the people, it's important to facilitate the participation of the people in governance. Mr. Governor did say when he was campaigning that power belongs to the people, but it goes beyond the ballot boxes.
Right.
It goes deep into participating in governance. So I think it is the role of government also to encourage the people to participate. Like I would normally say, you don't love the people the way you think they should be loved. You love them the way they want to be loved.
Absolutely.
So you always have to calibrate and recalibrate and realign your understanding of how you are reading them to just be sure that you're on course. But at the same time, accounting back to them for what you all agreed at the previous consultative forum to
It's
say,
very important.
this is what we've done, these are the challenges we're facing, these are what we are doing to overcome those challenges.
Right,
That's
BC.
the idea.
That brings me. No, she has an.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask the extent you use the feedback gotten from each consultative forums, because I know that you do this almost on a yearly basis. How far do you go with the feedbacks you get from the forum?
So it's a process. You take the information which you've received, then we communicate to the respective ministries and agencies to say, this is what the people are saying, these are the concerns they've raised, these are the things they say they want, right? Don't forget that the entire team's agenda came out of that kind of consultation. It did not come out from Mr. Governor's head just like that. He had to consult with the people, and basically this is what they say they want. Now, we will have a bilateral session during the budgeting process where we basically just calibrate to be sure that what the people are asking for are in the respective budget of the ministries. But this is not the only engagement that will happen. The House of Assembly will also have a stakeholders meeting as well. The idea is that you can't see Lagos from one set of lenses. And we will then engage the House of Assembly again in that budget process to say, look, this is what we heard from the people. This is what we think the budget should look like. These are the priorities, the way we see it. And they will say, yeah, we agree with you, but we had this and this that you seem to have missed out. And we'll look at everything. And that process then ensures that the things are captured in the budget. Now, of course, the budget is that bill, that law that actually says how we will allocate resources in the course of the year. Yeah. So if it's not in the budget, it's difficult to implement, except it is coming from external investment, from external sources, which doesn't come into the budget protocol.
Okay. So many people will tell you that, you see, when it comes to government, we don't want to get involved. They don't listen to us anyway. They don't implement anything that we've asked them to. So in what ways are you trying to make sure that, you know, you sort of change that thinking and assure Lagosians that it is okay to be part of this forum and give your input, and then you will see it being implemented?
Okay, so when you deal with a society, everybody have different sets of paradigms and different sets of belief systems. From a principle standpoint, there is no government that wants the people to say no to them. So, irrespective of how you see it, the government must respect the people. I also say that the people in every way are truly more powerful and more resourceful in terms of how much resources they have. Because what does government really have? Government has a small percentage of their income in taxes. So maybe about 75, 80% of the resources that the people have in a state is still with them. And government needs to encourage them to make that investment. They will not make the investment if there's no trust, if there's no transparency. So we in Lagos are a leading light in the areas of transparency and accountability. We are audited regularly by the World Bank based on whatever criteria they fixed, and we always scale the hurdles. But beyond that, it's the people of Lagos that would, again, say you are transparent enough or you are not. And all of these forms of engagement, we hear what additional information might they need, what level of additional transparency do they require. I publish every quarter the performance of the state as it is in the budget. We have periodic briefings, ministerial briefings to the state. We have an office in cabinet called Civic Engagement, who by definition and rule goes into the various segments of the society to ensure that information goes out. But it is beyond giving out information. It also goes to how we perform.
Right.
It also goes to how you listen. So we have different mechanisms for measuring performance. This week, the Deputy Governor will be hosting a performance management system, which we call the peer review mechanism, where each MDA in their groups would give an account of what they are doing, how they are executing on projects, right? That mechanism goes on. And then periodically, we also face the House of Assembly, right? Every time we're in cabinet, right, a commissioner, a special advisor, we need to account for one thing or the other. So it's a very robust performance management system. But like I always say, it's not just about telling the people, right? I think that love and commitment is about listening more than just speaking,
Okay.
right? And these systems are set there for people to speak and for us to listen. Right? And if we listen correctly, then we will do what we need to do. And they help us as a platform to recorrect or realign what we, sometimes you think you heard something correctly, but maybe you really didn't.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what it's about.
All right, YK.
Can you just give me one or two examples of what you've implemented that you heard? One or two that you've actually implemented.
Okay, so let's put it this way. When you look at the waterways, it's an area that people have said, look, let us activate it. Let us make it work for Lagos, right? And the jury is out there as to whether it's a profitable venture or something that needs to be subsidized. And what we have said to ourselves is let's put our skin in the game. So we've invested a lot in vessels, right, to just ensure that let's start it. It's not for government to run it, but we expect that when people see what's going on, right, they will then invest in transportation on the waterways, right? So you've seen a lot of commissioning of various vessels. We're also running a multimodal system. So the people said, oh, you've restricted Okada from moving like this. So how do we, if we enter the major buses, how do we get to the last place? And so the government reasoned, and in consultation with the people, with the traditional rulers, the unions and all of that, we said, let us start up what we call the Last and First Mile Initiative, which is basically taking smaller buses that will move you into the inner cities, right? That also came as a result of thoughts coming from the people. Now, Lagos transportation system has always been a challenge. And research and consultation from the people shows that you cannot really outbuild the matter, right? It's not about more roads and more. So you need a mass transit system.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, you hardly have sub-nationals doing rail because of the huge undertaking.
All right. You know what? You have to hold your thoughts because we need to quickly go on a short break. When we return, we'll continue the conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
See, nurse, she's saying she feels unwell, despite my efforts to practice good hygiene.
Mom says wash your hands to keep the germs away.
Washing hands is good, but surfaces can also have germs, and you shouldn't use just anything for cleaning them. Use Jik. Jik's formula has been scientifically proven to stay active for longer, giving you whitening and germ kill protection on a variety of surfaces. Disinfect to protect, just Jik it. Endorsed by National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives.
Fresh. What drop could do am? Smart people know that just a drop of Morning Fresh washes 50% more. Try it yourself and see.
Morning Fresh, Nigeria's #1 best-selling dishwash liquid.
Your heart could be complaining about getting weaker by the day.
This short piece of bread can be your heart warning you.
Unbranded cooking oils may contain high levels of trans fat and cholesterol, which clog your arteries, making it difficult for your heart to pump blood. Use Power Oil. It is free of cholesterol and trans fat. Power Oil for a healthy family.
Power oil, per oil.
He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
She also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps...
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
I've got no ice on me, but still can freeze your knees. What up?
Unleash your cool side with Mentos Fresh Action Candy and its incredible soothing liquid filling. Get on stage now.
I be the cool guy that you want, fresh guy that you want. Mentos Fresh Action Candy. Get cool, stay fresh with the Mentos Fresh Action Candy.
Mentos Fresh Action Candy. Get cool, feel fresh. Now with vitamin C.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains remover. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergent and bleach.
Wow!
Looking for some drama?
Yes.
Sit back and catch up with the slaps. Yeah, lots of slap.
Hey!
The drama is endless on TVC.
Thank you for staying with us. We still have our guest, the Honorable Commissioner for Planning and Budget, Lagos State, Samuel Egube, and we've been talking about the consultative forum that Lagos State is coming up with. Before we went on the break, you talked about the role traditional rulers played, and one of the concerns is that this consultative forum brings together stakeholders, like you mentioned, talking about the traditional rulers from the 5 divisions of Lagos. And we are wondering how we're ensuring evenness of development across these divisions. Yes, you're involved in them, but how have we had that evenness to ensure development across the 5 divisions of the state?
Okay, so you try to bring about evenness, but certainly development comes in different ways in different areas. I mean, if I want to put an airport somewhere, I can't put it everywhere, right? So we always have that conversation. I mean, the entire process ensures that no one is left behind. In fact, recently, Mr. Governor did flag off what we call the 377 ward projects, which is projects in every ward. Now, the ward is the smallest unit, right, of the structure of every state. And how did we do that? We didn't just put it to them that this is the project you should have. We engage them and we ask them, what do the people need? Right? We just need to be sure that nobody is left behind. In doing all the big and strategic things, which cannot be everywhere, we need to be sure that we are able to speak to the need of the people in the smallest units of Lagos, right? Now, that, of course, is balanced by the fact that in cabinet, you have people from different divisions of Lagos in cabinet, right? In the House of Assembly, you have people who represent different constituents. And it is all of these voices that come to craft out what needs to be done. So that engagement is not a static engagement that starts and ends with the consultative forum, but it's something that continues also as we move on, which is why it's so important that people do not stop speaking. People continue to speak. Right. And I think that it is that accountability that helps everyone build better and correctly.
Oh, yeah. An appraisal of Lagos State, giving or the consultative forum, the feedback you get, how would you compare the past and present, and what do you think the future holds for Lagos State?
We've made a lot of progress. One of the things I was being interviewed recently, and to say, look, what is unique about the budget, the 2021 budget? And I said it is the leadership of Mr. Governor, the audacity, the size of his mind to dream big. I mean, we couldn't have imagined that we would be streaming out 2 rail lines to try and bring it to completion. When that is complete, and it will be completed within the next 2 years, we'll move 32 million people every month. It will cut their journey time by 50%. It will come with 10 bridges, or what we call overpasses. It will completely change the landscape on the route of those rails. That is extremely significant. We are doing the Eleko to Ekpe road now. It's a complete new road. 6 lanes, concrete and rigid pavements on both sides. Because we are beginning to cite what will happen on that axis once the refinery, the deep sea ports are coming. And these sea ports, right, it's to the credit of this government to galvanize additional investment to get it completed. And you had about over $600 million in investments going in that direction. That place will prepare us for the African Continental Free Trade Agreement onslaught. It will put Lagos in a place as a hub for the rest of Africa. Now, there's a heightened focus on the technology space. We're building a 3,000 broadband mesh around Lagos for high-speed internet to the homes. And on top of that, the Smart City initiative of intelligent cameras to help us with traffic management and with security. But we're also investing in startups. The Lagos State LASRIC, which is our Research and Innovation Council, we're putting money behind startups. Last year, we put about 250 million. A lot of those developments, some of them are in patenting stage right now, right? And it will create a lot of jobs for people. So there's a lot of change between before and now, and there's a lot to look forward to when we begin to talk about what is happening in the healthcare systems, the system by which healthcare will be managed both on the demand and the supply side, right? It's something also to look forward to.
I'm glad you brought up the Lekki road because I was in 10 hours traffic to Awuyaya.
From where to where?
From my house.
10 hours?
5 hours to go, 5 hours to come back. I got home 10 o'clock that night. This road, where do you want to build it?
What did you say?
The road that you are building.
It started as we speak.
Where?
It's down Ekpe,
from Eleko
because
going towards Ekpe.
Is it a new road?
It's completely a revamp.
No, not revamp. Is it a new road? Because you know what I mean. If you say, okay, those of you who are going this way, go this way, build another road that's to accommodate, because there are too many cars in Lagos. Traffic, you know, one of the I know you're not commissioner for transport. One of the real problems of Lagos is the traffic. Traffic, and it's
been tough.
It's been really tough, and that's what's giving the hoodlums align them to break into cars and steal from people. Like when you're inside traffic, it's prayer. Hey, let it not be my turn this today. You know? So I really need to know about that new road. Is it 10 hours I spent in traffic that day? My life was wasted that day.
So if we do not do that road, right, it will get worse.
Yeah.
Right? So the road that you're talking about is probably a 2-lane road. We're making it 3 on each side. Right? Now, one of the challenges of that road, especially when you look at the soil condition, is the trucks that will be going on that road. The current road can't carry that level, and that's what is leading to the destruction. What we're putting there is a rigid reinforced concrete road, right, with lay-by, so that the trucks, if they get spoiled, they don't stay on the road, they can park. So it's a completely different scenario. In addition to that, we have started the regional road, which will move from VGC parallel to that to Freedom Way. Right? So that people will have alternatives to move from that place.
It has to be a new road, though. Not that same road, though.
Yes, the regional road is a new road.
Okay, you have a question.
Yes, I have a question. So we know that crude oil is not a strong generator of revenue at the moment. I want to know what Lagos State is planning in terms of generating revenue, aside from just banking on the federal government to give them money or taking loans to be able to build infrastructure, like you have mentioned.
Okay, so crude oil might not look like a winning product right now, but it remains a significant contributor to national revenue, in fact, very significant. But the interesting part is that the Lagos economy is so strong and resilient. It only derives 20% of our revenue from federal allocation, right? That makes us a resilient city and a leading light as to how fiscal structures should work in Nigeria. How be it, the amount of investments required for Lagos still far outstrips the amount of revenues which we get. I mean, we need to quadruple what we get to ensure that there's sustainability in the development around.
Which has generated
Lagos.
concerns, especially because of our the debt level of the state, which is, you know, when people look at, you know, the generation and then you talk of the development and then the debt level,
profile.
the debt profile, all of it, it's something that has been of concern. But I know that we can't address that.
No, I think we can quickly, actually, because it's a quick thing. Don't always look at debt as a number.
Okay.
Look at your debt service. How much do you need to pay? Because it is that calls on your cash flows.
Okay.
Right? And Lagos has the best sustainability profile in the country today. We're at 22%.
We'll leave the conversation there.
Right? 30% is the benchmark, and it's our own internal benchmark, and 40% is generally accepted.
There now. I know you want to hit the nail on the head with this.
So that we understand it clearly.
Let's leave the conversation here now. Honorable Commissioner for Planning and Budget, Lagos State, Samuel Igube.
You come back again.
Okay. Samuel Igube, thank you so much for your time.
It'd be nice joining you.
Yes. We'll take a break. When we return, we'll have another conversation. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Someday when I grow up, I would like to be a great innovator, or a singer, or a doctor, or even a president.
I believe my son can achieve anything. That's why I support his dreams with Twisco. It's a delicious mix of cocoa, malt, and milk. Twisco is fortified with Enfort, a special blend of vitamins and minerals that provides the nourishing support to get ahead.
Twisco, power your dream.
He's falling sick so frequently, either fever or stomachache. I keep him away from junk food.
He also feeds me apples. She says an apple a day keeps...
If you want to keep germs away, then also wash your hands regularly with Dettol soap.
Meaning?
Germs and disease spread through the hand also. For this, use Dettol soap. Dettol protects from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic in our country and the world at large, we have channeled our manpower to increase capacity for the production of medical ambulances. Though it has not been easy, as our core values involve responding to emergency situations and managing to deliver fast against all odds. Innocent vehicles will continue to satisfy the automobile needs of our country, both in emergency and normal situations. For country and for God, innocent vehicles drive with pride.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission?
Yes, but how?
Just one question for you. How do you keep your toilet clean?
I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years.
Oh, madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet properly, you need Harpic 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains remover. Harpic sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning compared to regular detergent and bleach.
Wow!
Your heart could be complaining about getting weaker by the day.
This shortness of breath can be your heart warning you.
Unbranded cooking oils may contain high levels of trans fat and cholesterol, which clog your arteries, making it difficult for your heart to pump blood. Use Power Oil. It is free of cholesterol and trans fat. Power Oil for a healthy family.
Power oil, power oil.
See, nurse, she's saying she feels unwell, despite my efforts to practice good hygiene.
Mom says wash your hands to keep the germs away.
Washing hands is good, but surfaces can also have germs, and you shouldn't use just anything for cleaning them. Use Jik. Jik's formula has been scientifically proven to stay active for longer, giving you whitening and germ kill protection on a variety of surfaces. Disinfect to protect, just Jik it. Endorsed by National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives.
Looking for some drama?
Yes.
Sit back and catch up with the slaps. Yeah, lots of slap. The drama is endless on TVC.
All right, thank you for staying with us. Now, male fertility is any health issue in a man that lowers the chances of his female partner getting pregnant. About 13 out of 100 couples can get pregnant, and there are many causes for infertility in men and women. In over a third of infertility cases, the problem is with the man. Interesting, because in this part of the world, the woman bears the burden. But joining us to talk about this is a gynecologist and the Chief Executive Officer of Nordica Fertility Center, Dr. Abayomi Ajayi. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Morning, Veronica. It's my pleasure to be here.
Now, like we were saying behind the camera, we always find that in this part of the world, the woman bears the burden. But now from statistics, 30% of what we see happen, over 30%, is the man. Help us understand this.
Yeah, well, I think it's a cultural thing, okay? Yeah. Actually, you're kind when you say 30%, because it's actually when the man alone is responsible is 30%. When you take when the man is contributing to infertility, is up high as about 50%. Wow. So we know now that men contribute equally, if not more, to infertility than women.
So put to better perspective, what male infertility constitutes?
Well, yeah, male infertility is the inability of a man to get his wife or his partner pregnant. So, and there's so many reasons why that can be so. Okay, if we look at it from the point of view of, okay, let's look at production to when it's transported, you know, to the quality of what is actually produced, then to the lifestyle factors. Because really and truly, I think if we're not going to say anything on this program today, one of the things we need to say is lifestyle. That is a major contributor to male infertility. Why I'm even wanting to talk about it is because it's also the only reversible cause of male infertility. So, but you know, these days now, the way young men drink and smoke, not only cigarettes, but the other one also. Yeah. And then, I mean, in my when I wake up every day, I just see this young man, beautiful cars parked all over the place near the ocean. And it's this thing you see day in, day out. But they don't know that most of the time they're smoking their children fertility away. And then you see this six-pack thing, people using steroids to develop muscles and so on, also affects their fertility. So it's a lot of things that were going on, not to talk of the ones that are not, we can't even control, like toxins, you know, in the environment, in plastics and so on and so forth. Those are also contributors to male factor
fertility.
infertility.
I just want you to explain about fertility because I know what you're talking about. But for the sake of our viewers, that fertility doesn't mean you cannot perform. You can perform very well. It's just that what you are shooting are blanks.
Fantastic.
Please, I need you to help me explain it to them very well.
You can't put it better.
You have said it.
Yeah, you can shoot blanks. All right?
That they are shooting blanks.
Virility is different from fertility. Virility is about that you can have intercourse with a woman. It depends what you are now delivering. The quality of what you are delivering is a different entity entirely. So you can do 4 or 5 rounds and be delivering blanks.
Doctor, let me even ask you, so the quality now, I heard that there's a way you can, even before going to the doctor, there's a way you can check the quality from the wateriness. How true is that? That's one. 2, I also heard, we discussed that you can actually, be able to impregnate a woman without entering. Please break it down for us.
Yeah, well, the first one is a myth. Okay, there is no way you can evaluate a man's fertility.
In the wateriness
In the
or
wateriness,
the thickness?
no, there is no way. You need a laboratory to see, because sperm cells are living organisms. So you need to be able to see them under the microscope for you to say that, okay, this man has sufficient, and the WHO has given us the criteria to look for. Okay, so you need the lab for that. Now, the second one is that, remind me again.
He cannot enter.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we've had so many, and that's sometimes you've seen virgins getting pregnant. Because the lady is a virgin, and this man comes up, and he encourages him up to a point, and he says no. And the man says, let me just release. Those are usually children, And the guy releases around, and one of the sperms is lucky enough to find his way. And because they're moving organisms, so they're cells, so it can move and then get the girl pregnant.
Food soldiers.
Yeah. When they're good, they're good.
All right, sir. At what point would you say a young man should start thinking about his fertility and the health of, the health of that area? Because for young girls, for when you're small in secondary school, we're teaching you little things. But for boys, we leave it until they're
find it themselves.
No, or never.
Yeah, I agree with you. But even when we're teaching these young girls too, I don't think it's sufficient. Health, sex education, and generally about health we are very poor in this part of the world.
Right.
Even what we eat, we're becoming more conscious, but still, it's not there. And it's when you are encourage people like this. Look, if you're doing this now, some people will switch off because it's health.
Yeah.
But if it is some other things, if it's Big Brother or whatever, you see many people tuning in. And what I tell people is that the most incredible, the best asset you have is your body. You are the only one that is in charge of it. So you need to know about how to maintain it, how to make sure that it works optimally for you.
Okay, let me just add a quick. So like women, you'd go for like maybe monthly or annual checkups. Like a man, before he gets married, are there checkups or things he can do to just make sure that place is fine?
Well, unfortunately, most of the time, there are no symptoms. Okay. So there is nothing that might suggest that he has a problem. Okay, so what we wait for most of the time is that, okay, you're having regular intercourse and your partner is not saying I'm pregnant. So usually it comes later on in life, except for some very few people who probably have erectile problems, okay, who seek help much earlier, or people who probably their breast development, a man suddenly having a large breast, those are some of the pointers that might make you to say, okay,
you should check.
Yeah.
So those who perhaps find themselves in this circle, at what point can it be resolved? And at what point would you say, forget it?
You see, I don't think we ever say forget it, because there are always different ways of treating male factor infertility. It depends on the first thing, how severe is this problem, okay? For some, it's not very severe, so we can even do what we call the first thing sometimes is timing. Are they really having intercourse at the right time? Okay. So we can do what we call intrauterine insemination, which is just taking the sperm, preparing it, and injecting it into the woman. Okay. Very minimal technology involved. Okay. So when now we talk about IVF, okay. For IVF also, there is no number of times that you can attempt. It's a decision the two of you need to make. I've seen people who got pregnant at the 17th trial. You know, I've seen people who got pregnant at 11th trial. And I've seen people who after to say, you know what, we're not doing this thing again. So there's so many things, but you know, there's a lot of improvement even with that in IVF technology now. There's so many methods that we're using to achieve pregnancy, because we are also seeing that even from, I think most of the learning that we're having is actually from IVF. You know, what IVF has done to us is not just treatment, but also now that you can watch the gametes develop outside the body, it's telling us a lot of things. We're beginning to see the importance of the male, even in reproduction. We did not know so much about that before. We just thought once the sperm can fertilize, that's the end of it. But now we're beginning to know that it's a lot more than that, because there's a genetic component of it that you can even get. There's some tests now that we're doing that we were not doing before.
Right.
We call, for example, one DNA fragmentation index, which is even very, very new, which we are now doing. We can see now that when men have this, when this is very high, even if they get their wife pregnant, the rate of miscarriage is much, much, much higher.
It's high.
So those are some of the things. And cigarette smoking, all these things also contribute to that.
All right, quickly before you ask your question, we have a caller from Lekki. Go ahead with your contribution.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Please, doctor mentioned one thing now, very, very crucial, about male. You mentioned something like men developing a breast or something like that.
Yes.
That has something to do with fertility or something like that.
Yeah.
And secondly, that men cannot be checked, you know, through their sperm count and what have you.
Yeah.
To know whether they are fertile or not, or they can impregnate. Yeah. Please, I would like you to elucidate more about it, please.
All right. Thank you, Hassan.
Yeah, because a man is not supposed to develop large breasts. So that immediately shows you that the hormones are not, they're playing some tricks.
Yeah.
So you need to see the doctor quickly about that.
So it's not that he's chopping life, because they think it's their chopping life. So the thing is coming out. It's all together. It's a package.
But sometimes I hear that, that sometimes the development of breasts is to do with male menopause. Because people don't really talk about male menopause.
The menopause too?
Menopause.
Not really.
It's something that, you know,
there is a name for it, I've forgotten
Andropause.
Andropause.
I know, you see,